Hi there, Toby Ricketts here. It's the Hempcrete studio build behind me, and it's Boxing Day, and it's proceeding apace. We've really kicked off because we've got lots of volunteers coming in the next few days to help place the Hempcrete. Speaking of Hempcrete, there it is. There it is. We've got our hemp shiv, which looks like this. Look at that. See, there's like balsa woody stuff in there. There's a little bit of the kind of hempy stuff. So this is basically like the industrial hemp, which is grown for all kinds of things: seed, fabric, oils, everything. The stalky bit of that, dried, decorticated, and then cut up into little bits, which are all about the same length long. I don't know if you can see from this video, but they're all kind of about that, like a centimetre long. Very consistent. That is mixed 1-to-1, one of these bags with one of these bags, which is a bag of lime. A bunch of different limes: hydrated lime, hydraulic lime, some other stuff in there. It's made by Tradical, which is a French company. This actually gets made, I think, in Barcelona or somewhere. And I think this is grown in Holland, unfortunately, and shipped over here. It's left over from when we built our house out of Hempcrete about 2 years ago. So I always overorder because, I'm glad we didn't ship it now because shipping's crazy now, but we ordered extra because it's like you don't want to just run out by a little bit, so we thought we'd order a bit more. And look, there's enough to do the studio by my calculations, hopefully. This is a Hempcrete mixer. It looks a little bit like a failed kid's Halloween costume for a robot or something, but that's actually just to get the clean air into the manifold because it was clogging up. This is the mixer. It's got pedals. Let me see if I can open it up. Am I destroying anything? No, I can't. But anyway, in there are paddles that fly around. You'll see this working anyway in the next few days when we're using it. So, 30 litres of water, one of those in the thing. Mix it up, 2 minutes. Comes out in buckets, like this bucket. Very important, having these buckets. Then we bring it in here, and I have been spending all my day doing the Hempcrete formwork, and I haven't finished yet, but I wanted to pause here and show you how it starts. So you would have seen the other day how we had the framing, so we've got the framing up there, and now what I've done is every time there's an opening in the wall, you have to build these things, which are basically like where the Hempcrete butts up to. So this is the door in here, this is the window, so between it there's this sort of pillar of hemp, so, and the stud work is all encased within that. So there's going to be, like there is on this side, there's going to be formwork on that side. See, that's boarded up, starting to be boarded up. And then we build it up on this side as we go up. And on this back side, there'll be a constant board up here. So we're just making the shape of the hemp, basically. So the first step is to cut under the lentils here. I'm using 20mm flooring ply. I think we did 15 on the house, but this is just left over from various different things. You cut it right the way along and then secure it with lots of screws, because this is going to take some kind of weight. And we're also going to be connecting our formwork boards from this with splices into the corner. So we're going to be making this shape all the way up, and this is what we're going to use to anchor it in this kind of space. On the floor, I'm going to have to draw a line 250mm out and then put some stuff on, put a strip of wood, not unlike, I don't have any handy, but basically like this, and screw that down to the floor to stop it bowing out underneath there. What else can I tell you? These things, what are these, you say? A towel rail? That's a little bit weird for a studio. It's not a towel rail. It's because when we hemp up to this, like hemp, the Hempcrete can crack. And if it cracks in like down the middle or in a certain way, it means theoretically, like it's not going to bind to this wall that much. It could just like fall out, like a lump of hemp could just fall out if someone slams the door or something. So what this design is designed to do is just give the hemp something to grab onto so it can't fall out this way. Because it's quite thin, this bit. I mean, it's about 100mm thick, or maybe 150, but it's not that thick. It's not like the main walls here, which are 250mm thick. You're basically building like a cinder block pile here, so it doesn't really matter if it cracks too much because there's enough weight to keep it in place. But those thin bits, so all the way around, we put these little rails up, and you can see that we've just dynabolted it to the wall there, just to help do that. I might do the same, maybe. No, I probably won't actually in this bit here. I was thinking about doing it, but I don't think I need to. Possibly at the top there, where because we're not wrapping right around the studwork like we did in the house, it's all angled off to one side. Like that chunk is just kind of hanging there, like not actually going right through the studwork and wrapping around the other side. So I might just put some strips along there so that it stops it stops it falling out, or it stops the potential of it falling out. Excuse me. So the other thing we've done on that note is you see all these strands of wood in the roof, just little sort of pieces of, it's like 30mm by 40mm wood that I just ripped up from some old wood that I had lying around. We've done that because when we go to do the ceiling, we're going to connect boards straight to the rafters like this. So basically just panel off the whole ceiling and then just chuck hempcrete in the top there and like go along, like doing it left to right, and then 600mm at a time we'll move back. And so we can always put it into the next bit. And if we didn't have these here, again, that's quite a wide area that if it cracked could just like fall out effectively. So this is a bit like lather and plaster, it gives the timber gives the sort of structural support. You won't see it, it'll be entirely encased in the concrete, hempcrete, but it will stop chunks of it being able to fall out and it'll give it that structural integrity. The electrics are all done. Spent a lot of time finishing off all that stuff, deciding where I want the lights to go. Nearly forgot a few things, and I've also decided to recess a bit of power into the floor because I want it under my desk. I don't want to run power cords everywhere from the walls. I want the power's all going to be in the middle of the room for my desk and my mixing desk and all that stuff. So I'm going to put a power box under the desk so you won't see it, but it'll be nice that'll be flat and we can carpet over it without any hassles. Okay, I think I've rabbited on enough. But now I've just got to basically put the plywood, like I've done there, on the back of that wall, all the way along, even over the openings, it doesn't really matter. And then I can start putting it on the floor up, and then we'll be ready for when people arrive and start placing hemp. It takes a lot of time to prep for hempcrete, longer than it does to actually do the hempcrete probably, so it's all in the prep. But it's useful to have lots of hands doing the hempcrete as we do it, because it goes off. So the more you can do it once, like if you've got 4 people, like me and there's 3 other people on 3 days, and it means that we can make a big batch and it gets used within 5 or 10 minutes before it starts going off in 15 minutes. So you get the best result. It binds to each other really well. We'll talk more about that when we actually get onto hemping. So, now I've got to tidy up the yard and probably go have some dinner at some point. Merry Christmas. And see you guys for the next episode, probably when we're ready for hempcrete, and it'll all start to make sense, hopefully. All right, cheers.